Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. So, in the previous class, actually, we finished about a related to moving coil galvanometer, MCG. So, MCG is nothing but it is an instrument which used to measure the current, so that it used to measure the very small current in the order of 10 power minus 9 ampere. It is for 2 marks, very important. And in this let we have some applications that we can say conversions. See, MCG, it is to be converted. See, we can convert as ammeter, as well as we can also convert as voltmeter. So there are two conversions are there. One we can say ammeter conversion, one more we can say voltmeter. What I want to tell you in this, first of all, see, ammeter is MCG, moving coil galvanometer, is the very sensitive instrument. Usually when high current flows through the MCG, therefore the instrument, it may be damages. To avoid the damages, there we must be protect. So while connecting the shunt is nothing but that is the shunt, SHU, and a shunt is connected to the MCG. That is, we can say, when high resistance is connected, right? So there is a, it is a very small resistance is connected. Shunt in the sense is very small resistance is connected to the MCG in parallel. When small resistance is connected to the MCG, which we can call as the shunt, so that when small resistance connected to the MCG, therefore that can protect the MCG from high currents. So that I'll show you the circuit diagram. Let us see. It is a galvanometer. For this galvanometer, see, there is a small resistance. It is, we can say, shunt is connected to the parallel, of course, so that it is a resistance of the galvanometer is capital G. Resistance of the small resistance of the resistor, which we can say S. Therefore, when there is a current is enters at this junction, that is the current, total current is I, and it is divided as two parts. That is, one is we can say Ig, and one more is we can say Is, because which flows through the small resistance or a shunt. Then again will come like this, and it is to be total current will be like this. See, when there is a high current is connected, right? High current is enters at a junction this, therefore it is divided as two branches. One is Ig through the galvanometer, one more is the Ic through the shunt resistance. And again this will again it is to be at a junction. Ig and Is is it's mixed at this junction, and it is comes out with the same current I. Let I want to tell you one more. Here come to the point is, when that is to be small resistance is connected parallel to the MCG, we can call as the shunt, as well as we can also call it as a ammeter. Ammeter is nothing but when there is a suitable resistance is connected to the MCG in parallel, we can call as the ammeter. Now let us, I want to say, see, when current I is entering, therefore according to the Kirchhoff first law, I is equal to Ig plus Is. It is about according to the Kirchhoff first law. We know this is the Kirchhoff first law, right? Now I want to say, in case of a parallel combination, we know, because in parallel combination what happens, there will be a current is different, the different current flows to the different resistors, whereas the potential differences are same. That is, here it is the potential difference of the galvanometer is Vg and shunt is Vs. So these two are equal because the potential difference is same in case of a parallel combination. So that in case of a parallel combination, we can write Vg is equal to Vs. Now Vg is nothing but a potential difference. No? According to the Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. Let we can write like this: galvanometer through the current is, that is Ig, and resistance of the galvanometer is capital G. And come to the point is Vs, that is, we can say, shunt potential difference. S for shunt, V for potential difference, and current through the shunt is given as Is and into S. Of course, according to this condition, Vg is equal to Vs, no? Therefore you write as Ig capital G is equal to Is into S. This is, you say, equation 1. Now from this equation we can write like this. See, Ig by Is is equal to S by G we can. This is one expression. As well as we can also take here Is by, this you bring this side, Is by Ig is equal to, therefore here it is G by S. So you give as equation 2 and you give as equation 3. Now here actually what we are finding, see, we are finding like a shunt current, shunt resistance. Now we are finding a shunt resistance and shunt current, and as well as we can also find a galvanometer current also. Now before that, let us from equation 2, you write as from equation 2, right? You take a equation from 2, see, both side you add a plus 1. For this equation 2, you add both side is plus 1. So that Ig by Is plus 1 is equal to S by G plus 1. If you add it is, nothing will happen, because again this 2 plus 1 will be cancelled. Therefore Ig, you take a cross multiplication or LCM you take like this, Is is equal to S plus G by E, it is G. Therefore Ig plus Is is nothing but a total current, no? Then now you are here, right? I by Is is equal to S plus G by G. Therefore cross multiply this, shunt current is equal to, this you towards the right you take, and this you bring it I into capital G by S plus G. This we can call as the shunt current. This is shunt through the current, through the current. Clear? This is the shunt current. Like in the same way, you take an expression 3. For this expression 3 also, suppose you write as, or you add plus 1 both side. See, from 3 we can write like this. From 3 it is Is by Ig plus 1 is equal to G by S plus 1. So again you take LCM, which is becomes like this, G plus S by S. So Is plus Ig, again you look at here total current. So that here I by Ig is equal to G plus S by S. So you cross multiply, Ig is equal to, it is Is by G plus S. So this is we can call as the galvanometer current. Galvanometer current, right? This is about a galvanometer current. Like here we know current through the galvanometer is Ig is equal to I into S by G plus S, whereas current through the shunt is Ig by I into capital G by S plus G. Capital G is nothing but a galvanometer resistance, capital S is nothing but a shunt resistance. So now we know two expressions, one is related to the galvanometer current, one more related to the shunt current. Now let we again we have to find same in this issue, we need to find a shunt resistance also, right? See, for the shunt resistance, better you take this expression, Ig is equal to I into S by G plus S. We need to find a S. Shunt resistance, let us, we can take like this. See, use expression, that last expression, galvanometer current. So write down here. From there, now we are finding a shunt resistance S. So Ig is equal to I into S by, it is G plus S, right? So better you do like this. This is, you bring this side, G plus capital S is equal to I into S. So multiply this, capital G, Ig into S is equal to I into S. Now you do one thing, this is, you take this side, because is asking shunt resistance, no? I into S minus Ig into capital S. So Ig capital G is equal to I minus Ig into capital S. Now is asking shunt resistance. No? Therefore S is equal to Ig capital G by I minus Ig. This Ig you bring into denominator, I minus Ig by Ig it is. Therefore shunt resistance is equal to G by, better you divide separately, I by Ig minus Ig by Ig. This is will be like this. See, we are separating this, therefore this will be what happens, Ig will be cancelled, therefore we'll get capital S is equal to G by I by Ig minus 1. This is about a what we can say shunt resistance it is. See, in this shunt resistance we can also write like this. Continuation from here. See, look at here. This I by Ig is nothing but you take as I by Ig is nothing but N. N is nothing but the current, fraction of current. Total current I is entering at a junction, no? At a junction E. At this junction current is entering, no? Therefore it is divided as Ig and Is. Nothing but a what? Through the galvanometer, how much current flowing? In a total current, I by Ig current flows. That is the fraction of current is flowing through the galvanometer. So the shunt resistance is equal to capital G by N minus 1. This is about a shunt resistance. Shunt resistance. Capital N is nothing but we can call as what it is. That is a new range by old range. We can also call as N is, we can also say new range by old range. Yes, we can say like this. This is the new range by old range. I by Ig is nothing but that mean here. So the range of a galvanometer can be increased by connecting the shunt is parallel to it. And here, if the range is increased to n times, then 1 by nth of part of the total current passes through the galvanometer only. What we can say? Here it is, from this expression you write like this, cross multiply this, therefore it is 1 by n is equal to Ig by I. That mean here there is a 1 by nth of current is flows through the galvanometer. Total, in a total current I is entering at a junction A, no? Therefore the out of total there is a current flows through the galvanometer is how much? 1 by nth of part of current flows through the galvanometer. 1 by nth part of current flows through the galvanometer. It is about a what? We can say 1 by n, or we can also say n is nothing but I by Ig current flows. Or you want to say through the galvanometer the current how much flowing, sir? That is 1 by nth. 1 by nth of current flows through the galvanometer. Here also we can say from this expression Ig is equal to I into S by G plus S, no? Suppose you bring it this, Ig by I is equal to S by G plus S, no? That Ig by I is nothing but 1 by n, no? Yes, we can also write from there here. Here we can take like this from here. Ig by I, right from here. From this I am writing Ig by I is equal to S by G plus S. Ig by I is nothing but 1 by n is equal to S by G plus S. So this is the related to galvanometer is to be connected. Galvanometer, it is connected to the small resistance in parallel, which we can call shunt. Or we can also call as, if a small resistance is connected or suitable resistance is connected to the galvanometer in parallel, which we can call as the ammeter, which we can also call as the ammeter. Clear? Now let us. Here I want to say about a ammeter. See, ammeter is an instrument or it is a device. Here write as the side heading as ammeter. Now the conversion is ammeter. Saying what I mean here, ammeter and this is same, right? So what is ammeter? Of course, this is also we can call ammeter. So that ammeter is nothing but if there is a suitable resistance is connected. The suitable resistance or small suitable resistance is connected to the MCG in parallel, which we can call as the ammeter. And here ammeter is a device, the device which used to measure the current. Of course, it is used to measure the current. Suppose this ammeter you need to connect in the other circuits to measure the current. So thing is, to prepare the ammeter, there must be a small suitable resistance is connected to the galvanometer in parallel, that we can call as the ammeter. Suppose now we need to connect the ammeter in the other circuit. This ammeter we need to connect in the other circuit, so that this ammeter must be connected to the in the other circuit in series. This is the very, very important, everyone. So thing is, here we need to find a current for the other circuits. So there this ammeter must be connected in series. Okay, this is the next point. And you remember, for ammeter resistance is very small, no? If I go for a resistance of ideal ammeter, resistance of ideal ammeter will be, what happens? It is equal to 0. Resistance of ideal ammeter, because very small resistance is connected, no? Very small is in the senses, it is a very small. If I go for the ideal, we cannot measure because it is almost equal to 0. For ideal, ammeter resistance is 0, which is very, very important. And here come to the point is, suppose I want to say effective resistance of the ammeter, effective resistance, because capital G, SR connected, no? Now you find a resistance of ammeter is equal to 1 by G plus 1 by S, because they are in the parallel, no? 1 by RA is equal to G plus S by G into S. Therefore, ammeter resistance is equal to GS by G plus S. This is, we can say, resistance of the ammeter, effective resistance of the ammeter. And you remember, there are, we have other ammeters also is there. We can say microammeter, milliammeter, and one more is the ammeter. So that your microammeter is greater than milliammeter. Resistance I am telling you. See, resistance related to the resistance microammeter is greater than, milliammeter is greater than resistance of ammeter. See, this is the range. The range will be the resistance range. That is, we can say magnitude of the resistance. For micro is greater than, milli is greater than, so normal resistance, normal ammeter resistance, which we can take like this. So it is related to what we can say about a resistance of the ammeters. Clear? So this complete related to what we can say about a ammeter conversions. Okay, and come to the point. See, actually on this basis again we have some problems also on the basis of galvanometer and on the basis of ammeter. Let us, we'll see the problems on the basis of galvanometer and as well as on the basis of ammeter. Yeah. Open your materials. Right. So the page number 217. Page number 217. Question number is 2. Based on the ammeter and galvanometer. See, moving coil galvanometer can measure the current. See, moving coil galvanometer can measure the current is 10 power minus 6 ampere. What is the resistance of the shunt required if it is to be measured, say 1 ampere? So that current is 1 ampere flows, is asking shunt resistance. Of course we know shunt resistance direct formula. We can take a shunt resistance is to be S is equal to, we say capital G by n minus 1. So n is nothing but a I by Ig, right? Of course it is I by Ig it is. So we can say I by Ig is asking shunt resistance, but in this case there will be galvanometer resistance is not given, right? Yeah, better you do like this. Shunt resistance is equal to, first of all we need to find a galvanometer resistance, because we don't know galvanometer resistance, no? Yes, you keep as G only. So G by n is nothing but a 1 by 10 power minus 6. So directly you write here 1 by 10 power minus 6 into 1. We can take like this, no? Therefore what happens, it is S is equal to G into 10 power minus 6 by 1 minus 10 power minus 6. If I take a LCM, so S is equal to G into 10 power minus 6 by 1 minus 0.000001. So if you subtract this, it is approximately G into 10 power minus 6 by 0.9999, because there will be 6 nines. So that it is, if I take this, therefore what happens, S is equal to G into 10 power minus 6 by 99999 by 10 power 6. This 10 power 6 is cancelled. G by answer will be like this. This is the shunt resistance, which is very simple question. So this very simple question. So go through this and we'll see the other problems. Right. Okay, there is no other problems. Right, but there is one problem is there, torque related problem. See, a square coil of side is 10 centimeter, consists of a 20 turns. It's the page number is 219 page number. Question number is 7.9. So look at, a square coil of side is given, length is equal to 10 centimeter given, you take in meters, into 10 power minus 2 meter, right? Consists of a 20 turns, n is given as 20 turns, and carries a current of 12 ampere. The coil suspended vertically and a normal to the plane of the coil makes an angle 30 degree. There will be angle is given. To the direction of horizontal magnetic field is given 0.80 Tesla. What will be the torque acting? Of course is asking torque. See, the thing is given as, what is the, see, the direction of a uniform horizontal magnetic field. The plane of the coil is making an angle. That means the plane of the coil is making like this, normal to like this. So torque is equal to, we say, BIAN sin theta here, not cos theta, because we have to know So here better you take like this, torque is equal to B is 0.80, current flows is we can say 12, area is nothing but a length into length, that is L into L, because only length is given, no? So that you take 10 centimeter, no? That is we can say 0.1. So 0.1 into 0.1 is the area. So 0.1 into 0.1, number of turns are 20, sine 30. Therefore, torque is equal to, it is becomes 0.80 into 12 into 1 by 10 into 1 by 10. See, 20 into sine 30 is 1 by 2. So 20 cancel. So better you write torque is equal to 0.80 into 12 by 10. So it is 6, it is 5. So now you multiply this and divide with a 6. We may get the approximately 0.96 Newton meter. It is related to the torque related problem. Clear? Okay. So this is about a problems related to torque as well as the moving coil galvanometer and ammeter related questions. So we'll see in the next class the continuation. We have other problems and another conversion also is there, that is a voltmeter conversion is there. Thank you very much. We'll see in the next class.